Was it nice for you to hear locker room music for a change?
That's exactly what I told them. I said it's nice to hear the music.
Is it especially, obviously a win is a win, but to get a win like this coming back from 2-0, does that make it any more special the way you guys did this?
I don't think so. I think if any kind of win, you know, when you've lost the last 4 games, I guess, in a row, is what you want. So we'll take anything.
As Matt Hendricks skated to the bench, he seemed to gesture and say something to the bench, and then you guys responded in the second period. Did that turn the momentum in your way?
I think it definitely helped. Like, I mean, Matt was pretty into the game.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about after the fight.
Right, yes, yeah.
I said, come on, guys, something like that effect.
Mm-hmm.
Even though everyone was very happy, relieved, whatever word, to get the win, they all seemed very sort of down to earth about keeping things in perspective and getting back to work tomorrow. Is that what you want?
It's one win, yeah. I mean, it was against a good team, and I think they played hard. But you know, when you're getting out of, or hopefully getting out of a little funk, it doesn't go from low to high, and it takes little steps. So I mean, hopefully on Wednesday we'll be better than we were today.
Bruce, you alluded to this morning about maybe not doing too much, even though things weren't going your way, trying to, do you feel like you guys did that today?
Yeah, I think you know, you could hear it on the bench that if guys were not getting it deep, you know, they were all banding together, and at least the common theme of doing things right was there. I mean, in a game of hockey, you're going to make mistakes. I mean, Carly, first play, you know, made a mistake, you know, trying to do the right thing to get it to Brooks. But I mean, it's mistakes are going to happen. But you know, I mean, it's as long as they're mistakes of effort, you know, you can accept them. When they're mistakes of not doing the right thing, then it becomes difficult.
What was your thought process on scratching Alexander Semin? First time in your tenure, I think.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, we've talked about it. I mean, I guess the talk has gone away from it because we were starting to lose. But I mean, we've scratched guys. He was, you know, he's taken penalties 7 games in a row. You know, I mean, and at some point you have to be accountable for your errors. And you know, I don't like doing those things to people that are that talented. But everybody's got to know that everybody's accountable. You know, I mean, so. It was a tough decision, but it was a decision I thought that had to be made for the group.
So is that a message as much to the rest of the team as it is to Alex himself?
I think, well, it knows that everybody's, you know, on alert. We've got to play the right way if we want to be successful.
Given the result, does it make it tougher to decide who might sit on Wednesday?
I don't know. Every day it's tough. There's not a lot of easy decisions right now.
First, in case you haven't heard, Crosby returned tonight, and it was kind of good.
Yeah,
do you think
game.
it's something that Obi needs to spur him on?
I hope he doesn't need that. You know, I mean, he's trying his butt off out there.
The penalty shot seemed like he got a shot off, and it seemed like it was typical. Hope we see that all the time. But what was your thought on the call?
Well, I'm looking for the rule. I thought I didn't know whether it was in the neutral zone and above, or had to be over the red line. You know, like if it wasn't in our half of the ice when he had the breakaway. Then the other part was, okay, he hooked him great, but he didn't take away the scoring chance.
Right.
So I've got to look at that when I get back, because if he doesn't take away the scoring chances, that's still a penalty shot. Sometimes it's hard to decipher. You know?
Bruce, you said ask next week about the 200th win. Now that you have the 200th win, fastest in NHL history, how do you react to that?
I would have traded 199 of them for that one today, because I mean it's the last when you don't win for any length of time, it gets tougher. So it came at a good time.
The first
Thank you.
a couple of pucks went off sticks. You guys worked to get those breaks, but you got those breaks. Seems like you hadn't been getting those breaks for a few weeks there.
I'm a firm believer, Tar, that I mean, and that if you get those breaks when you work hard. You don't get those breaks when you don't work hard. It's not luck. It's when you outwork teams or you work just as hard as teams. You get those those things, but when you're not working as hard, it seems like the goalie stops everything, and it seems, then you start whining that you're not lucky and you're not getting the breaks, but you're not getting the breaks because you're not working as hard. So when you start getting the breaks, you can tell that you're working a little bit harder.
Orlov was a little bit downcast in the dressing room. He was constantly referring to the goal I allowed, as he put it.
Oh, well, you know what, I was very happy with him. I mean, he looked very composed. I thought he did a great job. I really did. He didn't try to do too much in his first game. He stayed back, like there was probably times he was itching to jump in, but he played it smart. You know, he took a lot in the last, 24 hours, and all in English, and played it pretty well.
Your power play finally got a goal. How do you think they looked at it?
Well, we gave them two. It's only right we got one. Actually, again, we scored one with 1 second. That was the after. So I mean, it's I don't know. Sometimes it's good you get chances and you don't put them in. Sometimes you get little shots that they go in. But I mean, I'd like to be more consistent on it. And, so we'll keep working on it until it gets real good again.
Bruce, a couple of guys talked about how quiet the building had gotten just before Carlson's goal. Obviously, there was no panic based on the result, but was there any sense of good,
Well,
for lack of a better word? My English isn't that good.
but honest to goodness, we always thought today that when they scored the second goal in the penalty shot, we said stay the course and guys keep the game plan going. You're playing good, because I think it was their 7th shot, halfway through the game, and we thought we were doing all the right things, and if we kept going, that eventually something would break. And so good, congratulations to the guys for pushing through and it was quiet. But I mean, you know what? They were probably sitting on their hands, going, "Oh, what's going to happen next?" All right, thank you.
Thanks, President.